welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So today I have for you my December book haul. So this is going to be separate from anything that I get for Christmas, just because I felt like knowing the holiday season, I was going to get tied up with filming with like the holiday stuff that I wouldn't have time for filming. So I figured anything that I get for Christmas, which probably is nothing because I don't tend to get books for Christmas from other people. So it might be a Christmas book haul to myself. Book haul, but that will be separate from whatever is in this haul anyways. So let's just get started. So the first book is a book that I just wanted to like clarify with because I mentioned it in my November book haul about how I pre-ordered it and that it wasn't here yet and that we would see what happened with it because I thought it was going to be a book of the month choice. So it was not a book of the month choice. I did pre-order it. It did arrive and I did return it. And that is Wish You Were Here by Jodi Picoult. I ended up getting a Libro FM audiobook copy and I listened to it almost immediately after getting it. And I wasn't a huge fan, so it went right back to Amazon because I didn't end up opening it. Like, it was a book that literally I took out of the package, put in here to do a book haul with it, and then, like, never touched it again until it went back to UPS. So they're not getting back a red copy. But I read it, and I just was like, this is actually not something I need for my shelf, so I might as well just get my money back, so I returned it. You can hear more of my thoughts about that in my first half of December wrap-up. If you have not seen it already, definitely go check that out if you are interested in more information about why I returned it. Then I technically got these books in November. Like, I ordered them in November, and I ended up taking part in the sale where bookshop.org was having free delivery the week of Black Friday, that weekend. And Libro FM was doing, if you support local bookstores, they will, and you spend at least $15 during that weekend, they'll give you a free audiobook. So I kind of took place with both. I love bookshop.org because you can help local independent bookstores. I basically just like let it help whatever bookstore it feels like, or sometimes I target it specifically to certain bookstores, but this time I kind of went the just let it help any bookstore route. And normally I don't do it as often because I hate paying for shipping when I know I pay so much for Amazon Prime as it is. So I don't always give into it. So when it was free shipping, I was like, here we go. Here's my chance. So I did that. And then I got the free audiobook out of it as well. So my free audiobook was Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune because I was really excited to read this one. And then I had it pre-ordered. But then I freaked myself out about it because I was like, well, I really liked The House in the Cerulean Sea, but I listened to it on audio and I felt like I would want to do the same with this one. So then I was like, well, what if I don't want to spend money on it when I know that I've already read it? So I decided to get the audiobook version of it for free, and then if I decide I need it on my shelf, I will purchase it later. And then the two that I got from the sites were The Mother Next Door by Tara Laskowski. If you just watched my video last month of my second half of November wrap-up, you know that I read, what is it called? One Night Gone, and I really enjoyed that, and this one just recently came out by her, so I was like, I need to see if, like, she's a new favorite author, or if it's just that was a fluke. So I decided to grab this one. I don't know anything about it, but apparently she's an Agatha Award winner, which makes me love it even more. But it says, if the women of Big Little Lies were moms of East Coast high schoolers, they'd be right at home in this witty, wicked thriller packed with hidden agendas, juicy secrets, and pitch-perfect satire of the suburban dream. Which is just fun because I live on the East Coast and it just sounds like a good time. So I'm excited to see if she's a new favorite author for me. And then I also grabbed In the Clearing by J.P. Palmare. Palmar. This is the same author who wrote The Last Guests, which I really enjoyed in the month of November as well. These were both two authors that I gave 5 stars to. So I'm excited to see if I just really love their books or if the book that I read was just a favorite in particular. I think this one has something to do with cults, which kind of slightly freaks me out because I'm not a big cult reader. But I'm excited because I asked Sorry, my cat's trying to get in a bag. I asked Janelle, who had recommended The Last Guest, what's another book by him that you'd recommend, and she said this one. So I ended up grabbing this one. So hopefully I will like that one as well. And then I got 2 books gifted to me this month. One was from a coworker. She saw that I read wish you were here, and we started talking about books. She's like, it's so weird, this summer I couldn't even finish a book. There was a book that I picked up and I started reading it and I never ended up finishing it. It was a book that I was like debating picking up at one point, and then I just never bought it. So she was like, if I still have it, like, you can have it, do what you want with it. So hopefully I'll like it. And that's Sea Wife by Amity Gage. This one, I don't remember where I saw this one, but I saw it somewhere and I saw a really great review for it. And I had been wanting to read it, but it was really expensive and it never really came down in price. So when she was like, you can have it, I was like, okay, thanks. So I don't know what it's even about, but it's got a cool map. So we'll see what it's like. If you've read this one, please let me know your thoughts and if you think I'll like it or not. And then the other gifted book was kindly sent to me from Paige Poppers. I don't know why I get her username wrong every time I refer to her. I feel so bad because I talk to her all the time and I get her username wrong every time. Pages and Puppers. So Jules sent me this one, and she sent me Witch Please by Anna Guire. And sorry, my cat is deciding to climb in front of the camera. So she read this one, and I was like, oh, what a great, Halloween book. Like, it was on my list to get to, and then I just, never got to it. How was it? She was like, it was okay, but, I'll never reread it. Do you want it? And I said, I still haven't read the last book you sent me. I feel guilty. Don't do that. She's like, no, take it, put it in a pile so that way you can read it next Halloween. Totally, you read it at your pleasure. I'd rather you have it. And I was like, okay, if you insist. So she sent it to me, and she didn't tell me that this was a drop box. A book drop box, so it's got a side book plate and everything. So kind. I can't wait to read this one. I just remember seeing it on the library's website, and people were reading it on Instagram, so I just hope it'll be good. I don't actually know too much about it other than it just looks like a Bewitched type of story. So thank you so much for sending this my way. Hopefully next Halloween I will definitely prioritize this one. Then, technically, I didn't necessarily pre-order this, but the paperback got dropped early before the Kindle Unlimited got dropped, but I ended up getting Washed Up by Candy Steiner. This is book 1 in the Bayside Hero series. Candy and 3 other authors are writing a series where they each follow a person in Bayside who is kind of like a hero. So this guy's an anesthesiologist. We've got a security guard from a hospital. We've got a doctor, and I can't remember. I think the other one is a firefighter. I'm not positive. And they each follow one, and they each took a book to write. So this one was Candy's. So when I got released early, I grabbed it. I've already read it. I talked about it in my wrap-up. But I also have book 2 already, which I need to read, which is Screwed Up by Harlow Ray. This just came in the mail yesterday. The third book is by K.K. Allen, and that is called Fired Up, which I will be getting the minute it drops. So I'll insert a picture somewhere because I do plan on getting that one in the month of December. And for some reason, book 4 was already live. Not sure how, but that one was already live too. So I ended up also grabbing Tangled Up by Tia Louise. So I just need book 3. But my plan is to read all of these this month. So I've already read Washed Up. So the minute Screwed Up ends up on Kindle Unlimited, I'll be reading that one. And then Fired Up, and then Tangled Up. So far, I've been really enjoying the series, and I've been having a lot of fun, so I can't wait to continue. And then the last books that I got for the month of December are my Book of the Month books, which took forever to get here. They were, stuck. So, with the tracking, I know that there's a town that it goes to in Massachusetts before it comes down to my town in Connecticut. So it's usually, when it's there, it usually gets to me the next day. It got stuck there for days, and I was like, I could have drove up there and gotten it faster than this, but it is what it is. So I ended up getting 4 books this month because one of them was a book finalist. So if you're a Book of the Month BFF, which means that you've gotten 12 boxes, when they announce their finalists, you get one of them for free, which was awesome. So the only finalist I did not own, so I kind of my hand got kind of pushed because I only didn't own one of them. But the one that I didn't own was Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. So this was my free one this month. I've heard amazing things about this one, but for some reason, like, it just didn't strike me as a story that I like, but I figured I'd give it a shot. It says a black father, a white father, two dead sons, a quest for revenge and redemption. Like I said, I've heard amazing things about it. I knew that it was probably going to be a finalist, so when people really started buzzing about it, I was like, hold on, because it might be a finalist. Wait. And sure enough, it was. So I got this one for free. And then my main choice was The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. I've already started this one. It's kind of like a Parent Trap where the twins are going to switch places on each other with some romance, I'm assuming, where there's also baking. It's got everything I want and more in a book, I feel like. So far, I'm only 40 pages in, but I'm really enjoying it. We're following one twin who works for like a Food Network type show, and her show's about to end, which she's working on with a rival right now, and the next show that they're planning on airing only has one host, so she knows she needs to do a nice job to get this position, and then she gets a concussion, and so she can't keep working. So she decides to swap with her twin, who's also a baker, who is currently running their family bakery, but her parents are away on an anniversary trip, and she's going through her own thing, so they end up swapping. So far, I'm really liking it. It's obviously around the holiday season too, so hopefully I end up really enjoying this one. My other two choices were so hard because I wanted so many this month. There were so many good choices, and the add-ons were fantastic. So the second one that I got that was part of one of the 5 you could choose from. The other one was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. This is a thriller novel where when they were 12, 6 girls go missing, and by the end of the summer, like, her dad confesses and he gets put away for life, and then it's years later and like something starts happening very similarly, so she starts wondering, was her dad innocent? Is this guy a copycat? What's happening? So sounded really good, so I grabbed that one. I really also wanted Somebody's Daughter. Like, I wanted so many books this month. So making my third choice was really difficult, but I ended up going with Tastemakers, 7 Immigrant Women Who Revolutionized Food in America by Mayuka Sen. This is, I believe, a nonfiction, like I said, following these 7 women. I love anything that has to do with cooking, like we've already talked about, so when I saw this one, I figured it would put me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I've been really enjoying reading nonfiction this year, so I figured I would keep that going in 2022. So those are all the books that I have to share with you at this point, which is actually pretty decent considering how big my book hauls can be. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you know anything about any of these books down below, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.